In this video, I actually want to tell in crypto what is the specific problem or area which I'm most interested in, and actually, like, many people don't really understand, right? So I will explain in this video. So let's start. So here, actually, uh, when we see this one, you see Vitalik's Twitter account, he has written as vitalik.eth, right? So what is .eth refers? Like, many people are writing as .eth, .eth, and .sol. That is basically .ethereum, .solana, and many domains, right? So why they are actually using it? So, like, many people don't really understand about this, right? So actually I don't really know, but now I have understood why they actually use it. So let's start. So now you can see this big number, right? So actually this is my public address. Okay, so this is basically my public address. Now with this public address, now if someone wants to send some 1 ether, like my friend wants to send 1 ether to my account, then he needs to remember this public address, or he needs to ask me the public address. Then I will send this big amount of public address to him. Okay, so which is really hard, right? Now who can remember this amount, this number, right? So I'll uh, come to this point later. I will talk about IP address first thing. Now here, when you go to IP address, now the thing we know is Amazon, Google, or any company has its own IP address. Now Amazon.com has its IP address, so this is basically the IP address. Now one thing I want to ask, could you remember the IP address or simply the domain name like Amazon.com, or like this one 554.192. This one? So obviously you can remember the domain name, right? Rather than the IP address, right? So that's the reason we use the domain name. Whenever we type, we don't type this IP address. We simply type as Amazon.com, right? So that is basically the domain name, not the IP address, right? Similarly, that's the reason when someone wants to give me 1 ether, they can't simply remember this huge number. So that's the reason. Now if I want to, if someone wants to send ether to Vitalik, instead of knowing his public address, they can just simply send 1 ether to vitalik.eth, so that he will receive 1 ether, right? Now you could ask, now how can I create this Ethereum, like the domain name, like the Ethereum domain name? So that's the reason Ethereum name service is used. So in Ethereum name service, if I go to this one, if I click on this one, you can create your own Ethereum domain. Okay, so for specific uh, public address, you will be having the Ethereum domain name. So see here. So this is my public address, right? Now I will create some domain name. So I will check whether that domain name is available or not, or if it actually exists already. I will type as Ronaldo.eth. Let's see, is it available, or does someone has already taken this domain name. If this domain name is already taken, yes. So domain name is already taken. So this person, so this is the public address and this is the domain name of that particular person. I'll go to something which is not common, like no .eth, whatever it may be. Like if I search, is there anything? Yes, it is available. Now with this one, with this public address and with this domain name, I can register. Now, if for registering, I should have this much amount. Okay, so this with this amount, I can register this domain name. Okay, so if I pay this much amount of fee, then I can use this domain for 1 year. Okay, so that's how it works. So maybe if Vitalik has bought this vitalik.eth for 1 year, then he can use it for 1 year. And after that again he needs to upgrade it. Then he needs to upgrade for 2 years, 3 years, and like that. So if it is more like this thing, then you can for if you want for 14 years, then you need to pay this much amount of fees, and for 14 years this domain name is permanently for you, right? So this is how it works. So that's the thing what .eth actually means. Like many people don't really understand what .eth is in cryptocurrency like Ethereum. Okay, so they will think, why is he typing .eth actually? So this is the reason why .eth comes to the picture. Like this is basically the Ethereum name service. So instead of remembering the big public address, you can just register to the Ethereum name service, and then the problem is solved, right? So that's the thing I'm really excited as of now. So since the question is actually specific to crypto, so I'm really excited for this. For blockchain, there are many things I'm really excited, but for crypto, I'm interested in this one. And thanks a lot. Bye bye.